It was Memorial Day, May 30th, 1921, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The sun was setting on the bustling streets of downtown, casting long shadows that harbored an unrest that would soon awaken. Amongst the throngs of people, two lives were about to intersect in a moment that would rewrite their stories into a dark chapter of American history. Dick Rowland, a young African-American man, stepped lively on the sidewalks of Tulsa. Dropping out of Booker T. Washington High School, where he was a gifted football player, he had taken to shining shoes to make his way in a divided world. The whites-only shoe-shine parlor where he worked left him reliant on the colored restroom several floors up in the Drexel building. On the very elevator that carried him to that segregated refuge worked Sarah Page, a white teenager. Her job to operate the lift was simple, yet on that fateful day, it became the pivot upon which the fate of Greenwood would turn. The elevator jolted, a misstep occurred, and in that brief encounter as Dick stumbled and inadvertently brushed against Sarah, a scream shattered the silence. Panic-stricken, Dick fled the Drexel building, leaving behind a wake of confusion and fear that would not settle. The word spread as fast as the prairie wind, distorting with every whisper until they reached the ears of the law. The next morning, as the sun rose on Tulsa, Dick found himself behind bars at the courthouse, awaiting an arraignment that seemed inconsequential to the tempest brewing outside. The Tulsa Tribune's presses rolled out a story that would fuel the flames of racial animosity. A headline screamed of an assault, painting Dick as a predator in an act of unspeakable horror against Sarah. By late afternoon, whispers turned to roars as an angry white mob, hungry for vigilante justice, gathered like a storm outside the courthouse. But the Greenwood community, known for its affluence and vibrance, was not to stand by in the shadows. Leaders like J.B. Stratford, O.W. Gurley, and A.J. Smitherman rallied their courage. They knew the deadly implications of the Tribune's words and the historic threat of a lynching. The debate was fierce, the danger imminent, but the decision was resolute. They would stand for one of their own. As dusk cloaked the courthouse, a contingent of African-American World War I veterans, adorned with the pride of their service, presented a formidable front to the sheriff. Their intent was clear: protection for Dick Rowland. Assurances were given, and for a moment the scales of fate balanced precariously. But the sight of black defiance sparked a fury in the mob, who now armed themselves to the teeth. When the veterans returned, the air was electric with hostility. Words were exchanged, a gun was brandished, and in a fateful moment, a shot rang out. Chaos unfurled its wings as Greenwood's night sky lit with the fire of hatred. The mob descended on the district, their wrath leaving nothing but smoldering ruins in their wake. Homes and businesses that once stood as monuments to black prosperity were reduced to rubble and ash. Greenwood, the Black Wall Street of America, lay in ruins. When dawn broke on June 1st, the Greenwood district was unrecognizable. A hush fell over the smoldering remains, a silence that spoke volumes of the lives lost, the dreams dashed, and the indelible scars left on the survivors and the soul of a nation. This was not just a riot. It was a massacre that saw hundreds of African Americans perish, thousands displaced, and a legacy tarnished by violence. The Tulsa Race Massacre is a somber reminder of the depths to which humanity can plunge, but it is also a testament to the enduring spirit of a community that, despite everything, continues to aspire towards the unfulfilled promises of equality and justice.